Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to my channel, Divine Nudges. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, thanks for joining me today. Gemini, I'm just going to tap in to the collective Gemini energy and see what's on your mind, what's going on, what messages come through for you. So this is a free for all, if you will. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And if there is something on your mind, let's see if we can get some clarity or some guidance around it, right? Because that's what it's all about. That's what we're doing here. All right, here we go, Spirit. What messages do we have for Gemini today? What messages? There could be something to do with work or some sort of a collaboration, some sort of planning. It could be financial planning. It could be construction projects, projects around the home, okay? But definitely here we have work, money, collaboration, partnership. So it's all kind of work and money related here. Okay. There could be some teaching going on as well, right? Let's say lessons learned. I'm hearing lessons learned. There could be some deception or something sneaky going on, or you may feel like someone is being sneaky around you right now, Gemini. It's interesting. The Seven of Swords came out during the Aries reading that I just did before this. So there's something here about transparency, again, being strategic or someone being dishonest, keeping secrets. Let's see. Let's delve in. Let's see where this leads us. Okay. I'm not going to jump straight to deception because the Seven of Swords is very much a card of strategy. So, this could be an energy, Gemini, where you're being very strategic about your finances right now, or you're being very strategic about what projects or what collaborations you're taking in, right? So let's see here. What else do we have? All right, so here we have a King of Cups energy. King of Cups, emotional intelligence here. Someone who's grounded, someone who knows, someone who controls their emotions and doesn't let their emotions control them. Okay, it did hop out in the reverse, so I will give an honorable mention to emotional manipulation or someone who is not in control of their emotions. So what's coming to mind, Gemini, is this need to be very practical about your finances or your collaborations. Or, this could have something to do with work and coworkers, but perhaps feeling as if though you're not being loved or embraced in a collaboration or some sort of a business partnership. Or maybe you feel as if though you are being looked at as if though you're not grounded, as if though you do lack emotional intelligence, or someone around you does. Okay, please take these messages as they resonate and place them where they fit in your storyline. If they do not fit anywhere, leave them right here for someone else to grab. Okay, but yeah, there's definitely perhaps. And I just want to caution against self-deception here as well, Gemini. If someone is, perhaps you are deceiving yourself, or someone is deceiving themselves in this collaboration or this work environment or this partnership. And we have here a Two of Wands, right? So we're at a crossroads. Okay, we're looking for a path to take. An option. What's the best path? What's the best option? There may be a little bit of avoidance going on as well, Gemini, a little bit of escapism, of mental escapism, to try to avoid just dealing what you have in front of you, trying to avoid the writing on the wall and knowing that there is a choice to be made. Okay. Some of you may also be dealing with what's next. I have so many years ahead of me. What is the rest of my life going to be looking like? Okay, so there could be that going on in your mind as well. Okay, all right, what else do we have for Gemini here, Spirit? All right, we have the Two of Swords. So I'm seeing here where there is a decision that you need to make, Gemini, but you're having a really hard time making that decision. It's tugging at your emotions too. This is some sort of an emotional decision. It's a decision about your long-term happiness, your long-term health, whether it's mental or physical or spiritual, your relationship in the long term. Uh, Gemini, just be careful that you're not ignoring things for too long. Okay, because this Two of Swords here is a card of turning a blind eye, having the information that you need, but ignoring it. Or sometimes it's not seeing what's right in front of you. Okay, but there is something right in front of you that you may just not be seeing right now. I keep hearing the writing on the wall. This could have something to do with a love relationship. We have the Two of Cups here. So look, two, two, two. Okay. There's a lot of twos here on the table. Two is a card of decisions, but also of partnerships. But the Two of Wands is a card of paths. The Two of Swords is a card of decision. The Two of Cups is a card of also partnerships and collaborations. And I see here, Gemini, where you just may not be feeling like your partnerships or collaborations are going as you would prefer. And you're wondering if there's any hope. You're wondering if that's ever going to change. But the problem is that there is a wolf behind you, right? You could be fantasizing. So we talked a little bit about self-deception earlier. There could be a tendency towards fantasizing a collaboration or a partnership or some sort of a result. And while you're doing all that fantasizing, there's a wolf behind you planning and plotting accordingly. Okay, so be very careful to not ignore the signs because it's too much. You find it too much or too overwhelming at the moment, Gemini. Spirit, what is this about? What is this about for Gemini? Here we have the Magician. Okay, so yeah, the Magician is a card of alchemy, transmutation, magic, if you will, spiritual magic, but it's also a card of your inherent skills, your talents, and your abilities. So I'm sensing, Gemini, and this is also Mercury energy, which is very much Gemini energy. Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury. Gemini, I'm really just sensing right now that your career, your job, your work, and how you're valued is really what's on your mind right now. Your talents, your skills, your abilities, what you bring to the table, if you will. And you could be shedding some skin here. There could be a need to transform, there could be some transformation. There could be some things that are changing around you right now, whether it's the way you're perceived or the way that you're perceiving your work environment. But what I find interesting is that on the surface level, right? On the surface level, it's just work, it's collaboration, it's business. But below the surface, there is a lot going on when it comes to emotions, when it comes to your mental state, when it comes to your energy. There's a lot going on as it relates to work for you right now, Gemini. All right, Spirit. So let's see, what kind of guidance can we give Gemini about what they have going on? What kind of guidance can we give Gemini, Spirit? What does Gemini need to know about what they have going on right now? Preferably some guidance. Some guidance that we can give Gemini. What guidance do we have for Gemini today, Spirit? Oh, Wheel of Fortune. There are some big changes coming. This is a part of your destiny. If you are at a crossroads right now, if you don't know whether you're coming or going, if you don't know what your future looks like, you are right where you are meant to be. Because this is divine intervention, if you will. Okay. This could be bringing your attention, Gemini, to you having outgrown a version of yourself, which, by the way, congratulations, bravo, good for you, because transformation is a necessary part of life and it could be very uncomfortable a lot of the times. And a lot of times we feel lost through transformations where things seem to be falling apart. But that's usually so that they rebuild in a way that is alignment with our future and with the transformation. So it can be kind of deceptive. We could feel like we lost control of everything. And how did that happen? And it's just because the divine takes the wheel away from us when the transformation is on a much higher level in vibration than just the everyday mundane life. I hope that makes sense to someone. Okay. And there could be, you know, some insecurity right now. You could be feeling very insecure about the way things are going in your life right now. You don't feel like you're in control of anything right now, Gemini. And that could really be making you feel like you lack the talent and the skill set to steer your ship in the way that you prefer for it to be steered. But there's something going around you right now, Gemini, that's above you. It's bigger than you. This is not something that you can control. This is one of those things where if you, let's say we were on a ship and you get motion sickness, you need to take the motion sickness pills because there's nothing you can do about the waves, right? So there's a need to kind of go with the flow, but not lose yourself in it, or should I say, and not lose yourself in it. Not to think that everything that's going on around you is about you. Because there's something going on around you right now, Gemini, that's chipping away at your confidence. And, you don't feel attractive. You don't feel like people are attracted to you right now. It's just one of those things where you may just, yeah, lack of confidence. Okay. So, um, there could be a lack of boundaries around you right now because you want to feel attractive, right? So you may feel like, okay, well, if someone's not attracted to me or someone doesn't like me, then maybe I need to be more accommodating, maybe I need to be more accepting, more welcoming. Do not compromise your values. Okay, there's always a middle ground, but that doesn't mean that you lose yourself in that middle ground, Gemini. Okay, so you still need to keep your good sense about you, your good wits about you, your values, your morals, all of the boundaries that you've learned, because this is a huge transformation. And part of that transformation is now you learned how necessary having boundaries is. And now this part of this transformation is you living that as your truth. Okay, so be careful not to um, become a martyr. Okay, do not sacrifice yourself, your peace, your well being, your mental wellness, your mental well being. Do not sacrifice yourself because you think that that's what's going to fix things, because that's not what's going to happen. That's not what's going to fix things. Okay, this is a time not for you to cave in to everyone else's whim. That could be a response related to this insecurity and this lack of confidence here. Okay. Now, if you were being overly defensive, Gemini, at one point, again, middle ground and balance. Okay, middle ground and balance, that's the name of the game. All right. No, let's see. All right, Gemini, give me a second while I figure out which deck to use next, okay? Because I'm feeling called away from this deck. Okay, here we go. I'm looking at the decks around me. I have a bunch of options. Sometimes too many options can be very overwhelming, but this is an energetic space, so I also like to go where the energy takes me. So here we go. Gemini, if you're still here, please hit the like button, comment below, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I'd really appreciate it, and I love you for it. And thank you so much for hanging in with me this far. All right, what else do we have here? We have the moon, okay? It says here the opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. Okay, so as I said, this is a transformation, but it's also an opportunity. You may be too focused on the things that make you feel negative, right? The things that don't feel good right now. Okay, so like a light switch, you may have to just make a shift there. Okay, look at that. You just entered the reading. Queen of Michael is the Queen of Swords. And it says here brilliant, self reliant, insightful, and humorous. Okay, those are your natural qualities. Those are the things that people love about you. Then that's just who you are. So there's no need to change that. And it says here, you know exactly what to do. The benefit of experience. Okay, so there's something about your experience and your value. There may be people or energies around you that are making you feel like you're not as valuable as you think you are. F them, because that's just manipulation and strategy. And I did see a lot of manipulation going on with the Seven of Swords earlier and the Magician. Okay, there could be a lot of manipulation going on around you to try to turn you against yourself. But sometimes, Gemini, people need us to be our own worst enemies so that they can come in and take control of us, right? When we're looking for validation, when we're looking for acceptance, when we're looking for approval, we're giving our power away. So there could be some energies around you right now that are trying to get you to relinquish your power to them. And it says here, Queen of Raphael, kind, understanding, giving, and psychic. There's a lot of psychic energy, intuition that's coming up here. So your intuition is telling you these things. There's nothing that you're hearing right now that you haven't already kind of tapped into intuitively. Okay, this is just your confirmation. And it says here, follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. Okay, so these messages, this could be a confirmation that these messages really are meant to be received by you at this time, Gemini. Okay, and for others of you, I'm speaking to someone who's very spiritually gifted. You could be psychic, whether you do it for work or not, doesn't matter. Okay, but you're very tapped in. So do not ignore your intuition because of another. Do not turn against yourself because of another. Okay, this is a time for you to be loving and kind to yourself. There's a lot of queenly energy here. Okay, Queen of Raphael is the Queen of Cups. So we have Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio on the table. Queen of Michael is the Queen of Air, Queen of Swords. So we have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius on the table. The moon card is Pisces and Cancer energy. So we do have a lot of, again, water elements here. Knight of Gabriel is confident, enthusiastic, courageous, and charismatic. Time to take action. Great passion for a cause. instinctively knowing just what to do. That's it, Gemini. You know what to do. You have very strong capabilities, very strong qualities. You have earthly intelligence, but you also have spiritual and universal intelligence. All of these things are working for you. You are not as lost as you feel. Okay? You may just be getting distracted by all the noise, all of the chaos, all of the negative energy, maybe the manipulation. You're getting distracted and you're losing sight of yourself, is what I'm hearing here, Gemini. Okay, so there's a need for you to check in with yourself at this time. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna try to close out the reading on a positive notes, my loves. What else do we have for Gemini? Spirit, please and thank you. What else do we have for Gemini? It says here, you have such a bright light inside. Stop dimming it. Yeah, it's not the time to shrink, my love. In the Magician card earlier that came out, let me see if I can find it at the ready. Okay. Um, the Magician, there was a snake coming out of its skin. Okay. And listen, I don't know a lot about it, but the reason why most animals shed a layer of their skin is because they outgrow it and it becomes too uncomfortable and too painful to stay in that, that outer shell. So they shed their outer shell and grow an even bigger one that can accommodate their growth. In this case, the snake that's on the ground here, it's shedding its skin. Okay. So as you're doing this, as you're growing, as you're expanding, it is not a time to dim your light, my loves. It is a time to embrace your light, and others can choke on it or can be blinded by it if it's too much for them. It says here, someone's in need of your love. Offer it to them. Gemini, I feel like this comes out for you a lot. But what I'm picking up on and what I'm sensing is stop trying to fix everyone's problems. It's an act of avoidance against yourself, against pouring into yourself. So be careful of pouring into others to avoid doing the work of pouring into yourself. Okay, Gemini, I'm really getting that strongly because this comes out a lot, almost too much. There ain't that much daggone love in the world that you should be pouring and pouring and constantly pouring into others. And it says here, trust yourself always. It says here, trust others once they've earned it. Okay. So don't give people the benefit of the doubt because you want desperately to be loved, admired, accepted, validated, or you want their approval. Trust them once they've earned it, but trust yourself always, okay? Because your internal compass and your internal guidance system is telling you what's up with the people around you, okay? It checks in with you. It tells you how you're feeling and whether what you're experiencing in the moment is in alignment with your best feeling and your most empowered self. All right, Gemini, one last message. And this one I'm going to read directly from the book. It says here, Vesta, fuel your inner fire. There's a need here, Gemini, for you to really stand in your power at this time and for you to protect your confidence, your integrity, and everything you know yourself to be. There's a need right now, Gemini, for you to not let the world make you up. Okay? There's a saying that goes, show up, otherwise they will make you up. You continue to show up as your true and authentic self every day. All right, Gemini, it says here, just as you can't drive a car very far without stopping for gas or a charge, you won't get where you want to go if you don't stop to refuel, recharge, and refill your reserves. So what did I say? There's a lot of pouring into others. Okay, be careful of, not of avoiding pouring into yourself by thinking that you're going to be Mr. or Mrs. Fix It for the rest of the world. That can lead people to manipulating you and taking advantage of you. Unfortunately, it is a human reaction to when someone sees that you love yourself less than you love them, for them to want to take advantage or capitalize on that. It says here, so what is needed to restore your energy now? How can you fuel the flames of your passion and keep yourself feeling excited and focused? Vesta is the asteroid that rules the hearth and home in astrology. So this card is all about keeping your inner fire burning brightly. So again, there was about letting your light shine brightly, okay? There is a brilliance about you. There is a brilliance about you, Gemini, that regardless of who honors it, you should always continue to honor it. I'm not promoting arrogance or being conceited or being overbearing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Balance, absolutely. But don't lose yourself even in the balance. It says here, filling your own cup is essential to being able to give anything to anyone else. So take some time to yourself to tend to your needs. I love it. I love it when the oracle brings the entire message home, brings the entire message together. So there you have it, Gemini. I hope this has been helpful to you. Again, if it has, I would appreciate so much if you like, share, comment, or subscribe. All you have to do if you do comment is just let me know if this reading resonated with you or not. Let me know that I tapped in with you. Okay. All right, Gemini, whatever you do, take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Pour into yourself. This is your time. Okay. I'll talk to you soon.